Are you tired of the stock market feeling like a casino? Are you looking for a way to generate steady, reliable income from your investments without the constant stress and volatility? Then you're in the right place, because today, we're going to uncover 3 hidden dividend winners that most people are completely sleeping on. Right now, so many investors are caught up in the frenzy, chasing the high-flying tech stocks, the meme stocks, the ones plastered all over the news. Everyone is hoping for that quick, life-changing 10-bagger. But let's be brutally honest, that path is a roller coaster. It's paved with extreme volatility, sleepless nights staring at your portfolio, and the constant fear of a market correction wiping out your gains. Chasing hype often means buying at the peak and selling in a panic. It's an exhausting game that, for most, doesn't lead to sustainable wealth. But what if there was another way? A more grounded, proven strategy? The real secret to building lasting wealth isn't found in the headlines, it's found in the financial statements of solid, sometimes even boring, companies that consistently churn out cash and most importantly share that cash with you, the shareholder, in the form of dividends. This isn't about getting rich overnight, it's about building a reliable passive income stream brick by brick, quarter by quarter. It's a strategy that lets you sleep well at night, knowing your capital is working for you. Now before we dive in, a quick and important note. I am not a financial advisor and this video is for educational and informational purposes only. All investing involves risk, and you should always do your own research and consult with a professional. So, let's start with a quick primer. What exactly is a dividend? Simply put, it's a portion of a company's profits that it distributes to its shareholders. Think of it as a thank you for owning a piece of the business. This is real cash deposited directly into your brokerage account. When you hear people talk about dividend stocks, the first metric they mention is the dividend yield. This is the annual dividend per share divided by the stock's current price, expressed as a percentage. A $100 stock that pays $4 in annual dividends has a 4% yield. It's a great starting point for comparing income potential between different stocks. But yield isn't everything. We need to know if that dividend is safe. That's where the payout ratio comes in. This tells us what percentage of a company's net income is being paid out as dividends. A very high payout ratio, say over 80% or 90%, could be a red flag. It might mean the company has little room for error if profits dip, potentially leading to a dividend cut. A healthy, sustainable ratio is key. An even better metric for safety is looking at dividends as a percentage of free cash flow, or FCF. Free cash flow is the cash a company generates after paying for its operating expenses and capital expenditures. It's the real discretionary cash left over that can be used to pay dividends, buy back stock, or pay down debt. A company with strong, growing free cash flow is a dividend investor's best friend. It's the ultimate sign of financial health and dividend security. Finally, we look for dividend growth. A company that not only pays a dividend but consistently increases it year after year is a powerful wealth-building machine. This shows that management is confident in the future and committed to returning more capital to shareholders over time. A rising dividend helps your income stream outpace inflation. Today, we're going to bypass the hype and get straight to the point. I've done the homework for you. Digging into companies flying under the radar with fundamentals that support a strong and growing dividend. We're looking for companies with massive cash flows, entrenched market positions, and yields that crush what you'd get in a savings account. For each of the 3 stocks we'll cover, I'll give you the ticker, its current dividend yield, and a breakdown of why it's being ignored by the mainstream market. Most importantly, we'll identify the one key catalyst for each company that could unlock significant value and push its stock higher. The goal here isn't just to give you a list of stocks to buy, it's to arm you with a patient, income-focused framework that brings stability and predictability in a roller coaster market. We're focusing on stocks that can help you build long-term wealth without the need for constant portfolio checking and anxiety. Ready to look past the noise and discover some truly compelling income opportunities? Let's get started, and make sure you stick around until the end, because our third and final stock has a current dividend yield that is frankly, just ridiculous in today's market. You won't want to miss it. Chapter 1. Alright, let's kick things off with our first sleepy giant, Cisco Systems, ticker CSCO. Now, why do we call it a sleepy giant? For years, Wall Street has been somewhat uninspired by Cisco. While other tech stocks were soaring to astronomical heights, Cisco's stock price has been, let's say, more pedestrian. It hasn't captured the headlines like AI darlings or disruptive software-as-a-service companies. It's been seen as a mature, slow-growth hardware company from a bygone era. But it's precisely in this overlooked status that we find our opportunity. This isn't a story about explosive overnight growth. It's a story about quiet, compounding power, and a fundamental business transformation that the market is underappreciating. And the first clue to that power is its dividend. Cisco currently offers a dividend yield of about 3.5%. For a tech company, that's substantial. Most people hear tech, and they immediately think of two things: no dividends and sky-high valuations fueled by the promise of future growth. Companies like that reinvest every single dollar back into the business, chasing market share at all costs. There's nothing wrong with that model, but it serves a different kind of investor. Cisco, on the other hand, represents a different philosophy. It's a mature tech titan that has reached a scale where it can both invest in its future and generously reward its shareholders in the present. This dividend isn't just a number, it's a signal of financial health, discipline, and a commitment to shareholder returns. To understand Cisco today, you have to understand its past. Cisco is different. It's foundational to the internet, the very plumbing behind everything we do online. For decades, if you were building a corporate network, a data center, or the backbone of an internet service provider, you were buying Cisco. Historically, they were the undisputed go-to for essential hardware, the routers, the switches, and all the other networking gear that directs the world's digital traffic. Their brand was synonymous with reliability and performance. This hardware business built an empire. It's a legacy that is both a massive strength and, in the eyes of the market, a potential weakness. That hardware business is still huge, generating billions in revenue. But in a world moving rapidly towards the cloud and flexible software-defined solutions, relying solely on one-time hardware sales created anxiety. Growth worries surfaced. Could a competitor offer a cheaper box? Could software make their hardware less relevant? Management saw this writing on the wall years ago. So, Cisco began a deliberate, multi-year pivot towards software and subscription services. This isn't about abandoning hardware. It's about layering high-value, recurring software revenue on top of it. Think security software, collaboration tools like WebEx and network management platforms, all sold as subscriptions. That move, from one-time, lumpy hardware sales to predictable, recurring revenue, is massively positive for long-term stability and cash flow. For investors, this is the holy grail. It smooths out earnings, increases visibility for financial planning, and creates stickier customer relationships. The market, however, is notoriously impatient during these kinds of multi-year transitions. It sees the slowing hardware growth but hasn't yet fully priced in the higher quality, higher margin software revenue that's steadily taking its place. The stock gets stuck in a show-me phase, where investors wait for definitive proof that the transition is a success, and that's precisely where the opportunity lies for a patient, dividend-focused investor. While the market waits, the company continues to be an absolute cash-generating machine. Let's talk about free cash flow. We're talking billions every single quarter. This isn't speculative, hope-based accounting. This is cold, hard cash left over after running the entire business and investing in its infrastructure. This is the money that funds everything an investor cares about: dividends, share buybacks, and strategic acquisitions. Cisco is not a speculative startup burning cash to survive. It's a financial fortress that consistently rewards its shareholders. It uses that cash to pay that healthy dividend we mentioned, but it also aggressively buys back its own stock. Share buybacks are another form of returning capital to shareholders. By reducing the total number of shares outstanding, the company automatically increases the earnings per share for the remaining stock. Each share you own represents a slightly larger piece of the company's earnings pie. Over time, this provides a powerful, under-the-radar tailwind to the stock's value. Now, let's address the risks. No investment is without them. The primary risk for Cisco is competition. The networking space is fierce, with rivals in both hardware and software trying to chip away at its market share. Another risk is execution. Their transition to a software-first model needs to continue successfully. Any stumbles could cause the market to lose faith. And finally, there's the macroeconomic risk. As a global company selling big-ticket items to corporations, Cisco is sensitive to slowdowns in enterprise spending. But here's how the company mitigates that: a rock-solid balance sheet with a history of consistent dividend increases for over a decade. This isn't a company that's financially fragile. Its dividend payout ratio, which is the percentage of earnings paid out as dividends, is typically in a very healthy range, leaving plenty of cash for reinvestment and a cushion during downturns. From a valuation perspective, Cisco often trades at a significant discount to the broader S&P 500 and especially to the tech sector. Its price-to-earnings ratio is what you might expect from a slow-growth industrial company, not a tech leader generating massive free cash flow. This is the market's skepticism at work. The catalyst for a re-rating will be continued proof of its transformation. As the software mix grows, its overall profit margins should expand, because software carries much higher margins than hardware. Every quarter that they report growing recurring revenue and margin expansion is another data point that proves the thesis. A clear sustained trend of margin expansion in their earnings reports could be the key to shifting market sentiment from skeptical to optimistic. In short, the investment thesis for Cisco is this: you're getting a respectable, well-covered dividend yield from a misunderstood blue-chip technology company. You are literally being paid to wait for the market to recognize the success of its business model transition. As margins recover and the powerful effect of share buybacks continues to boost per-share value, there is a clear path to capital appreciation on top of the steady income. It's a classic case of a sleepy giant waking up. Chapter 2. Moving on to our second pick. This one is in the healthcare space, a sector known for its defensive qualities. I'm talking about AbbVie, ticker ABBV. AbbVie is offering a dividend yield of around 3.9%. AbbVie is a pharmaceutical giant, a spin-off from Abbott Laboratories. That's an attractive yield for a company of this quality. It's been a phenomenal performer over the last decade, yet a cloud of concern hangs over it. The main reason: one single drug, Humira. It was the best-selling drug in the world for years, generating massive revenue. The big fear: what happens when Humira loses patent protection and faces generics? That's the patent cliff, and it scares investors. But that overlooks AbbVie's broader, steady, cash-generating portfolio. Management saw this coming and invested heavily in R&D and smart acquisitions, including Allergan, adding durable aesthetics revenue via Botox. They've launched new drugs like Skyrizi and Rinvoq, both growing rapidly. The key catalyst to watch: pipeline data and patent timelines. Positive clinical trial results de-risk the story and build confidence. Meanwhile, you collect a nearly 4% dividend, well covered by massive free cash flow. AbbVie is a dividend aristocrat with a long streak of annual increases in shareholder-friendly capital returns. Chapter 3. Alright, for our third and final sleepy stock, we're turning to a name that is so ubiquitous, it's practically part of the American landscape, a true household name that pretty much everyone watching knows, and likely uses every single day. But despite its brand power, most investors have completely written it off, leaving it for dead in the too hard pile. The stock has been underperforming for years, and the sentiment is about as negative as it gets. I'm talking about Verizon Communications, ticker VZ. And if you're an income investor, you might want to sit down for this one, because the numbers are almost unbelievable. The current dividend yield on Verizon is a staggering 6.6%. No, that is not a typo. Let me put that into perspective for you. That's more than 4 times the average yield of the S&P 500. It's significantly higher than what you'd get from a 10-year treasury bond, but it's coming from a blue-chip giant. You're getting paid 6.6% annually just to own a piece of a massive, essential telecom company. This is the kind of yield you'd typically associate with much riskier speculative investments, not a market leader with over 100 million customers. So, what gives? Why is the market offering up this incredible yield on a silver platter? The answer lies in the deep-seated telecom stigma. This industry is notorious for a few things that investors hate. First, brutal competition. The wireless space is an oligopoly dominated by Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile, and they are locked in a perpetual price war, constantly fighting for every last subscriber. Second, the business requires massive capital expenditures. Building and upgrading a nationwide 5G network costs tens of billions of dollars, which eats into cash flow. Third, growth is painfully slow. The US smartphone market is completely saturated, and finally, all that spending has led to enormous debt loads. Verizon is sitting on a mountain of debt, which becomes a bigger risk in a higher interest rate environment. But here's what the bears are missing amidst all that negativity: the sheer, unshakable stability of the business. In a recession, what's the last bill you stop paying? For most people, it's their phone and internet. Who cancels their cell plan to save money? It's become as essential as electricity or water in the modern world. This creates an incredibly predictable subscriber base and highly recurring cash flow. Verizon's reputation for having one of the most reliable networks in the country gives it a powerful moat, supporting pricing power and customer retention, even in a competitive market. This stability is the bedrock that supports its dividend. Speaking of which, let's talk sustainability. A high yield is worthless if it's about to be cut. Verizon's dividend payout ratio, based on its free cash flow, hovers in a manageable range, typically between 50% and 60%. This means that after all its massive capital spending, it still has nearly half its cash flow left over after paying shareholders. That's a significant cushion. Now, let's look at the big catalyst that could change the narrative: 5G monetization and disciplined cost cuts. Verizon spent tens of billions building out its premier 5G network, particularly on valuable C-band spectrum. The market punished the stock for the spending. Now, the company is at an inflection point where it must show the payback. We're already seeing this happen with new services that leverage that 5G network. The most promising is fixed wireless access, which is their home and business internet service that competes directly with traditional cable. It's their biggest growth driver right now, adding hundreds of thousands of new customers each quarter. Beyond that, enterprise solutions for private 5G networks and the Internet of Things present a massive, long-term opportunity. As the company demonstrates a clear path to monetize these new services, it should provide a significant lift to the stock. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ledger, management is executing a multi-year plan to slash billions in annual costs. This operational efficiency flows directly to the bottom line, improving profitability and further bolstering that all-important dividend safety. The company is also actively managing its debt, paying it down and refinancing to manage its interest burden. The combination of moderating capital expenditures, growing free cash flow, and disciplined cost control creates a powerful financial formula. For high-yield seekers who are willing to look past the negative headlines and focus on the fundamentals, Verizon represents a compelling, contrarian anchor for a dividend portfolio right now. You get paid handsomely to wait for the market sentiment to catch up with the operational reality. Outro. So, there you have it. 3 sleepy, overlooked stocks with some seriously big dividends. We looked at Cisco, the forgotten tech giant paying you to wait for its software transition. We covered AbbVie, the healthcare cash cow proving there's life after its biggest drug. And we finished with Verizon, the unloved telecom with a massive yield. Summary: CSCO, ABBVVZ. The common theme: the market is focused on a short-term narrative while ignoring long-term cash flow and stability. That's the opportunity. These won't double overnight. And that's the point. They're anchors designed to provide a steady, reliable, and growing stream of income. Use that income to reinvest, or to help pay your bills. Dividends are a marathon, not a sprint. Look for value where others aren't. See the solid foundation even when the market's distracted by superficial cracks. Remember to always do your own research, but hopefully this gives you a great starting point. If you found these helpful, like and subscribe for more quick dividend deep dives. Drop a comment, which was most interesting, or suggest another sleepy dividend stock. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.